From Software is supposedly working on a new game with George R.R. Martin. And it's been announced that the two have actually been working together for 3 years already. And I guess nobody knew. But here's what we know about the game so far. So it's been labeled internally as GR. And I've actually just recently heard that that stands for Great Rune. And it's going to have something to do with Norse mythology, which really piqued my interest. I think that that's really cool. It involves some sort of horse racing or horse riding. I think it's like an open world game. And it's also going to be announced during Microsoft's E3 conference this year. So I think that's in a couple weeks. So we should have some more info. But obviously this is all super speculative. But from my perspective, it's really hard not to be excited about this collab. The Dark Souls combat and lore with Martin's assistance with the writing and the world building, it's two things that I think a lot of people really enjoy. And if this is something that's been pushing back George R.R. Martin's writing of the final books, like, I'm actually okay with it. I'm fine with that, actually.
I'm torn here, man. You know, I started reading Song Ice and Fire like I don't know, 16 years ago. It's been 10 years since fucking The Dance with Dragons. It's like, George R, fuck you, dude. Like, that's my opinion. I'm really excited about the game, and good for him. He's making money. He's getting his he's using his expertise to hopefully make a really good story. You know, here we are again with the stories, with a really good story here. This could be
Guilty
really cool.
Is charged with the stories.
Yeah. Yep.
Lots of life lessons.
Take me away, boys. Take me away. No, but yeah, as a fan of George R. Martin, you know, I'm excited, but if I had to choose, finish the fucking books, you clown.
Well, hey, well, here's a thought on the books, just real quick.
Guys made like a modern masterpiece.
That the book is done and the last one's almost done. It's just he wasn't going to release it while the show was still going. So
is that official?
That's not official. It just doesn't really make any sense. It would be indirect because at some point a few years ago he said the book was finished. And I think he's denying that now. But
yeah, I read that he was almost done with 6, but he hadn't even started 7.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I read that he's been doing
the rumor
6 and 7 together. He's almost done with 6. It's going to be out this year.
What's really strange?
That's the newest that I've heard.
What I read,
I read that he was in Sharknado.
Yeah,
he was a cameo in
Sharknado.
Yeah, he was a cameo in Sharknado. He literally was.
He was the shark.
What? Have you guys seen a picture of George R. R. Martin?
Yeah.
No, I've seen him. I've met him.
Tell me what that face or body structure, you know, has anything to do with horse racing.
I don't.
How many horses do you think he's been on?
I'm sure he'd eat a horse.
I don't know if it's horse racing. I think it might just be horse riding. I don't know why I actually wrote horse racing in the template here. I don't think that's
really. I'm getting really hung up on that. Like, all right, so here we go. We're making a game. George R. R. Martin is gonna write the story. It's about horses.
I changed it now. It's horse riding. We're done. We're out of it.
I'm thinking of a new sports game. I got an idea for a new sports game. Horse racing.
Well,
how cool could that be?
I'm sure it's been done, but yeah.
You got to like level up your horse. If you can afford better food, he gets
a smaller jockey.
Yeah. It's basically Monster Rancher.
I've got one. What about like underwater water polo?
Whoa, well, you mean Final Fantasy 10? Fucking
what was it called?
Blitzball. Matt, you're laughing.
Is that what it is?
Blitzball. Matt, I guarantee Matt would put like 500 hours into Blitzball, dude. He'd be replaying it just for Blitzball.
I've got the disorder. You gotta take me in.
Is it really about horses, though?
No, it's Norse mythology with, I think it's just horse riding in an open world format. And I actually was reading more that you have to go to, well, this, like I said, it's all speculative, but this was, the source is Vati Vidya. He makes like some really good like lore videos for the FromSoft franchise. So I don't think he would put it out if it was completely wrong. But he was saying that it's an open world game and you travel to different castles, and as you defeat, or fortresses or something, and as you defeat the bosses in those fortresses, you gain their powers and move on to other. Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's actually an update on the article here. Previous version of the story said it would include horse racing instead of horse riding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they actually fixed it. It's not about horse racing.
I didn't think. You know what? Just fuck it. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm all for the horse racing. I hope they add it. I hope it's a really big part of the game.